Pat Surtain, if he's not the best corner in the NFL, then he's the second best corner in the NFL. He achieved his first of hopefully many Pro Bowls and All-Pro honors this year, and as a rookie, he was damn close to winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. It's widely known here in Broncos country how special Pat Surtain is at the cornerback position, but is there a chance that he could make the All-Pro list at another position? During OTAs and during Minicamp, Pat Surtain got some work in at a really surprising position, and that is on special teams as a punt returner, and I even heard reports that he got some work in as a gunner as well. PS2 was a return man in high school, and apparently he actually volunteered himself to get some reps at that position. Sean Payton talked about it in a press conference a few days ago, and Surtain talked about it himself on the Pat McAfee show a few days ago. Let's take a listen to what Pat Surtain had to say.
Pat, are we going to get to see you return some kicks this year? I hear there might be a rumor you're doing that a little bit.
Don't do that.
Why not?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. What the crazy thing about it was we was in practice one time, and a little bit of info came up. He was just asking around, like, who punt return before, who had experience of, returning kicks. Me being confident, because I returned to high school, I got some good tape of me in high school. I was like, yeah, shoot, that's me. And, he put me back there without no hesitation. I got some catches in, So, yeah, I feel very comfortable back there,
Yeah, just fair catch it, right?
No.
Just fair catch it.
No.
Every single time, just fair catch it.
No.
Yeah, it's a win for both you and the punter. We fair catch it. We get the ball. We're off the field. You just had a really difficult series on defense.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to a punt. That's good news. Let's fair catch this thing and get the fuck off the field.
No.
I'm not trying to be back there for no reason, though.
No, you're getting the ball back.
Yeah,
you're getting the ball.
No, I like that right there.
Yeah, this guy was an asshole. As you know, as a returner, no need for that. We don't need you to join the
facts.
Yeah,
Pack, no.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he was an asshole.
I watch you, too.
Yeah, we don't need you to be an asshole.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it would be great for you to get back there.
So first of all, I love that the first thing McAfee said there was, don't. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of agree with him. I don't really want Pat Surtain back there risking injury because he said it himself. He's not going to take advantage of the NFL's fair catch rules. If he's going to be back there, he wants to return. He wants to make an explosive play. I don't blame him. Don't get me wrong, I don't blame him because he feels like he's an explosive play waiting to happen at any given time. But I also, from a fan's perspective, do not want to see Pat Surtain out there as a return man, even in emergency situations. I would much rather throw somebody else back there who may have more questionable hands than Pat Surtain, but maybe a little bit less important to the team if I'm just being completely honest, because Pat Surtain is our second most valuable player on defense, if not our most valuable player. You could tie it between him and Justin Simmons right now. So if we lose Pat Surtain, our secondary is absolutely screwed. So I'm really cautious about the prospect of putting Pat Surtain out there on special teams. Obviously, it would only be in emergency situations like Sean Payton alluded to. Sean Payton basically called up everybody in practice and said, who can return, who did this before in high school or whatever, and PS2, being the competitor that he is, obviously stepped right up to the plate. But at the same time, I think everybody in Denver recognizes the value of Pat Surtain to this team. And I feel like the value that he brings as a return man definitely does not outshine the value that he brings as a corner. But I can totally see that the Broncos want to at least know who they have as an emergency option at that position. And who knows, man, if we ever needed to give our return game a spark, I don't really want to do it, but I could see the team throwing Pat Surtain out there if we desperately needed to get our return game a spark. But we brought in Tremont Smith to be our primary kick returner, and it looks like they're going to actually give Montrell Washington a chance again as the punt returner. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see if Pat Surtain will actually ever see the field on special teams. I personally don't think he will or should, but if he does, that could make for some entertaining football at the very least. So I'm curious, Broncos country, Would you guys be okay with Pat Surtain seeing the field on special teams? I gotta be honest, as fun as it sounds, I'm really not cool with it, just because of how important he is to our defense. But I'd be curious if you guys would be cool with it. Drop those comments down below, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts, as always. Be sure to leave a like on this video, as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are 2 free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out to fellow members of Broncos country, just like you and me. And until next time, guys, this has been another episode of Denver Broncos Syndicate. I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.